set. The Florida Gators getting a big win over Mississippi State, one of the hotter teams coming into the SEC tournament. But the Gators survive and advance. Missouri will meet them in the first semifinal of the day on Friday. Who will Tennessee face? We are about to find out. The winner of Alabama-Kentucky will face off against the Lady Vols. Let's get you caught up on some of that action from earlier, though. Florida versus State, bottom of the fifth. Kendall Lindemann with a fly ball out to right. That was good for a 3-run home run. Florida jumps ahead 3-2 there in the fifth. Bottom six now, 2 on, 2 out. It's Charlotte Eccles, this time with a deep shot of her own out to right. Another 3-run homer for the Florida Gators, and they were hyped up. They go on to win 6-2 over the Bulldogs. After that, we saw the 5th seed LSU take on the 4 seed Missouri. Bottom of the 4th, Missouri up 1-0. Kayla Kessinger with a deep drive to right center. That's good for a solo home run. That was her 12th of the season to put Missouri up 2-0. Top of the 6th now. Tying run at the plate, Cassidy Shomo is going to make the diving grab out in left. We got to look at this again. Oh my goodness, that was fantastic. Bottom of the 6th now, 2 on, 2 out. Brooke Wilmes down the line, 1 run will score. She was 3 for 4, 2 RBI. Missouri goes on to get the win over LSU 4-1. There is a look at the bracket as it stands right now. As we said, Florida, the number 1 seed, one of the ultimate favorites coming into this tournament. They get a 4-run win over Mississippi State. They will face off against the Missouri team that has really completed one heck of a turnaround under head coach Larissa Anderson over the past 5 years. It's been incredible. That semifinal is set. That will be at 4 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey here joining us now. Commissioner, thanks for being here. Let's talk about softball in this league. 7 teams in the top 25. It looks like perhaps the entire conference could continue to the NCAA tournament. When you look at this conference and the strength of play in softball, what do you see?
Well, we have a tradition of all 13 making it to postseason, and we all had to take last year off, but the 2 seasons prior, everyone was in the NCAA tournament. I think earned their way there. And, leaving the coaches poll rankings, when you look at the RPI, we have 11 in the top 30 and all 13 in the top 50, which speaks to everyone being certainly under consideration, number of host sites, and we've earned it. And if you go back, it's a tribute to our teams. We played non-conference games. We started out in February when, rates were a little bit difficult from a COVID standpoint. People were careful. We got a lot of games in. I think we're probably around 48, 49, 50 games each before we ended up here this week. So great softball, great preparation, and great opportunities ahead. You mentioned not having the tournament last year. When you look around here in Tuscaloosa, what went into planning this year? It goes back to last year at this time. In fact, I just had a call of our presidents and chancellors. Last year at this time, we were literally debating just bringing people in for voluntary athletic activities, and it seems so far ago. So it's rewarding to be here, have an atmosphere, have high-level softball being played, and the preparation goes back to last year at this time. We started regular calls with our coaches, our student-athlete leadership councils, our medical advisory task force, who are the true heroes. A lot of people talk about, hey, you're the commissioner that did this or did that. Probably the smartest thing was we found 14 volunteers, doctors, sports medicine specialists, who have guided us through in an incredibly healthy way. Last time you and I spoke was during the SEC women's basketball tournament. That was in Greenville. We were in Charlotte. We're back on site here now, and when you walked up here, you said this feels normal again. How far do you think we are truly from normalcy in this league? We'll be back towards normal. I think this is back towards normal. It's not too normal. If this was a normal year, the hillsides would be full. We'll be in Hoover in a few weeks, probably a reduced capacity there. And then all of our schools are planning on full stadiums for the fall, which I think is the right thing to do. But vaccines are important. And I just heard a lecture on herd immunity and the mathematical calculations of how we make determinations. people have to be healthy for us to get back to normal. And I'm hopeful. I'm preparing for football on Labor Day weekend, a summer of preparation leading into preseason practice for volleyball, where Kentucky just won a national championship. A&M was the furthest team from the SEC in women's soccer in the spring. Close in cross country. We're going to start those back up and then lead into hopefully a full season with a lot of fans around.
I know one of your bigger goals for the student athletes is graduate everyone. What does it mean to come to this tournament environment and see the seniors with the SEC graduate patches on their sleeves?
That's the cool thing about scheduling softball, track, baseball at this time of year. You see the rewards immediately. In fact, Texas A&M did a great job. They had to have a graduation celebration here for a student athlete because her commencement ceremony was back in College Station on game day. And to watch the videos of young people putting those patches on their uniforms and the emotion, it's not the diploma, but it just means more is our slogan, and I think we've shown that. And you just see those populate out, and we honor our graduates on scoreboards and on PA announcements to say to the fans, hey, they're athletes, but this whole student athlete thing is real, and they've achieved in the classroom and on the field.
And the last year has certainly been so much more for the student athletes, to your point. I want to go towards golf. Last week at the Regions Tradition, you made some waves with your golf swing, so I'm kind of curious, when you're done with the commissioner thing, maybe like a long time from now, you ever consider picking up on the tour?
I don't know. I was afraid a video was about to pop up. I successfully exited the first tee, so that was an accomplishment. You know the great COVID story? So I watched every video from every SEC network interview that I'd done. I did one on the golf course. In fact, it was Laura, Peter was on, I forget who else. I probably just offended someone. And I had my phone. And I
was there.
Were you on that
yeah,
too? So I've offended you. Live from Greystone Country Club off the 10th tee.
You were just
it was
holding
like
the phone up.
the first live sporting event was my golf swing that day back in, I don't know, March or April last year.
It was fantastic.
It was fun. It was fun then, and the Regions folks, who are a sponsor of ours, put on just a great event. And I played with Steve Stricker, who lost in a playoff. Just an incredible person. Fun to talk about their COVID testing of all things on the Senior PGA Tour.
Hopefully no more Zoom interviews from the golf course.
Hopefully.
Commissioner Sankey, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Alyssa.
All right, like we said, we're taking you up to first pitch between Alabama and Kentucky, live here from the Rhodes House in beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. The Bama fans are filling in. Kentucky ready to try to pull some drama, maybe put a little upset on the Alabama Crimson Tide, who come into this tournament as the 3 overall seed, and of course your hosts, so you know they want to make it to Friday's semifinal. Our final thoughts on this game. Kayla and Maddie will be back breaking it all down. Coming up next, you're watching SEC Now live from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the site of the 2021 SEC softball tournament, less than 4 minutes away from first pitch between the Cats and the Tide. You see Montana Fouts there, that star in the circle for the Alabama Crimson Tide. She has been lights out since the moment she stepped on campus here at the University of Alabama. She'll be starting in the circle for the Tide, trying to give the Wildcats all she has. The Cats, of course, featuring Kayla Kowalik, one of the big hitters in the SEC. It's set to be a great matchup. Let's send it over to Beth and Michelle.
This is the opener for the Crimson Tide. Kentucky had some work to do last night in their first round matchup with the Georgia Bulldogs. Autumn Humes was terrific. Spun the 3-hitter complete game shutout with 10 strikeouts. Miranda Stoddard helped her out with the solo home run in a 3-0 win. Cats got the best of the Dogs. Winner of this one will face Tennessee tomorrow night. Our semifinal Friday starts on ESPN2 at 4 Eastern with Florida and Missouri. And we welcome you to the Rhodes House in Tuscaloosa. One more spot to fill for the semifinals tomorrow. Beth Mowins, along with two-time Olympic gold medalist Michelle Smith. A lot of awards handed out this week around the SEC. And for Alabama, that means, Michelle, we're going to see the player of the year and one of the co-pitchers of the year.
Yeah, how exciting for Alabama that they have a pitcher, a catcher, a battery, a player of the year battery. So they're just outstanding the way these two athletes come together. Montana Fouts has been lights out. Bailey Hemphill, not only is she strong behind the dish, she can swing it. Beth, she is 2 home runs away from setting a record, and that is one of the reasons why she is the SEC Player of the Year, but her average has been outstanding in SEC play.
Hemphill and Fouts together tonight. Montana sharing the award with Arkansas's Mary Half, a 19-3 season for the junior out of Grayson, Kentucky, with an ERA of 1.63 this year, Smitty.
Well, and the reason that ERA is a 1.63 is because she is a power pitcher. She has a rise on multiple planes, but most importantly, she has an improved drop. Her movement and her locates are better. She took the last year to really hone in. As a freshman, she threw about 75% fastballs. Not anymore. She locates, she spins the ball, the movement, the velocity. She is the real deal in the whole package in the circle.
How about the starting lineup for the Kentucky Wildcats with the batting champ in the SEC, Kayla Kowalik, at the top. One of their leaders is Mallory Payton. She finds herself in the 5 spot in the lineup. Good power, coming back from a broken hand. She is top 5 all time at Kentucky. Home runs, runs batted in, and slugging percentage. Cats got the best of the Tide during the regular season. They won 2 of 3 in their series up in Lexington, and that included a Monday night walk-off to decide it in extra innings for the Cats. Courtesy of the bat of Riley Smith. That's why she gets a start tonight for Kentucky, and we are underway. Kowalik, the batting average up a couple points. She was only at 509 yesterday, and now, thank goodness, she's back up to 511.
Just amazing.
Chases that up and out of the zone. She's got some power in that leadoff spot from the left side. Not your traditional slapper, 12 home runs. Has only struck out 14 times on the season.
She can run. She hits for power, for average. She's that 5-tool athlete so many coaches talk about and want. And probably would have been in the running for making the first team
all
SEC
SEC team, yeah.
If it weren't for Bailey Hemphill.
Look at those two right there. Look at those 2 catchers.
Talk about some talent.
Something we haven't had to do in a long time, Michelle, and boy, does it feel good to let it breathe, as we say in the business. The crowd is back at the Rhodes House in a 2-strike count here. Struck her out.
Montana Fouts showing why she is the SEC Pitcher of the Year because of her ability to locate this rise ball up in the zone. Really good movement, trusts her stuff enough to be able to put it over the dish and induce the swing. Kowalik goes down.
Montana, one of the top strikeout pitchers in the country. That was her 237th of the season in 155 innings. Tatum Spangler out of Henderson, Nevada, near Las Vegas. 1 for 3 in the Georgia win last night. It is a real advantage for Rachel Lawson to have 4 pitchers who all hit. And they are all in the lineup tonight.
They hit. They
check that 3 of the 4 are.
Yeah, they play defensive positions.
Sends it the opposite way, and that will drop in fair. Spangler racing for second, dives in safe.
When we talk about the batting average of Kentucky, their ability to barrel the ball up, but it's also their speed. They get out of the box quickly, and this is a pitch on the outside corner running away from Spangler, and she just dumps it the opposite way, gets it on the paint. And you can see immediately she sees the ball down. No hesitation whatsoever, going right into second, picking up that extra 60 feet.
And just that quickly, a runner in scoring position for Kentucky, and Lauren Johnson, the left fielder, the 3 spot in the lineup. Senior from Owensboro. Looking for her first hit of the tournament. Kentucky finishing the regular season tied for 5th place. They get the 6th seed. After they started out the year, their best ever, 19-0. They've got wins over Alabama, Florida, LSU, Tennessee. Very good resume.
As of late, best 10-game stretch in SEC play ever. 8-2 during those 10 games. Pretty impressive.
You know what? The crowd is still figuring things out, Michelle. Did you notice there the clapping was a little bit off? They're still working on their rhythm and their routine a little bit. Let's see if they get it right here. The 2-2 pitch coming. Better.
Better.
Back to Fouts, backhands, checks for third, and nobody was home. Morgan came in to field it as well. Runners on the corners, 1 out.
Montana Fouts is very athletic. She moves out of her pitch sequence very well. This is something that she needs to see. Maddie Morgan needs to be able to see that Fouts is going to go get that and retreat back to the bag. Spangler with a lot of speed, just easily sneaking over to third.
Scored a fielder's choice on that. So here comes Erin Koffel. Drove in the first run of the night last night in their 3-0 win. Had an RBI single, one of the best freshmen in the country, out of Indiana, where she was the 2-time high school player of the year and a top 10 recruit, one of the biggest ever to arrive in Lexington. Mature beyond her years. And a big chance here to get the Fouts. Did not hold up on the swing. Let's see if Bailey Hemphill, her catcher, was trying to help Montana out.
Yep, you can see immediately she's saying 1. And Fouts thinking lead runner, lead runner.
To Aaron.
But that's also a play where Taylor Clark at shortstop really does need to be covering, and that's something that it's just the little nuances of the game. The second she sees Maddie Morgan move over, she needs to cover third. Remember, Clark has not been at shortstop that long this year. Claire Jenkins went down with a knee injury.
There's a look at Patrick Murphy. Of course, there were expected starter Skylar Wallace transferred to Florida.
Yep.
And then Jenkins and
Bailey Dowling went down.
Bailey Dowling also
in the year.
Both injured. 23 years for Murph, including the 2012 National Championship. And really the jumping off point for Bama was winning the SEC tournament here at the Rhodes House.
Something that has only been done by Alabama at home.
71 miles per hour for Montana Fout. So if you're a batter in the box, that's similar to looking at a Shohei Ohtani 100-mile-an-hour heater.
It's great velocity, 6'2" frame, getting out to that 8-foot circle, so releasing the ball right around 38 feet, 34 feet.
Just missed away, 2-2. Kentucky 1 for 11 last night with a runner in scoring position, trying to do a little bit better here.
On the bench.
Top of the first and a quick threat. Got her. Looking for the strike him out, throw him out, safe at second is Lauren Johnson, and Spangler scores 1-0 UK. And Patrick Murphy quick out of the dugout to talk about this. The coaches do have 2 challenges. Murph is actually looking at the big board right now at the replay for some assistance, and he wants a challenge right here to go to video review. The replay came up on the scoreboard out in left center, and as soon as Murphy saw the tag, he went, that's the universal sign for put the cans on your ears.
Drop ball in the outside corner, gets Koffel to swing through it, and then the try for the strike him out, throw him out. Ooh, really close play.
Got top of her helmet, I think, before the hand.
And Savannah Woodard, the second baseman. Oh, it looks like she got her. Woodard coming over from second base. Wow. Oh, that's close.
So the coaches have a couple of challenges, then they go, the umpires go over and get the headsets on to talk to the central office in Birmingham, and they work through the replays. You can either confirm the call, you can let, that means you see video evidence that you were right. You can let the call stand, which means there was no video proof either way, or you can overturn and change it. Call on the field was safe. Oh, this was quick.
Right, so the run does not score, correct?
Cameron Ellison, Tom Meyer, Paul Eds, our umpires today. This is huge because if she stays safe, a run scores. If she's out, the run comes off the board.
Well, and I think they might be also looking at when does the runner cross home plate if she crosses.
Call is overturned, the runner is out, the run does not score.
The run does not score.
Oh, the challenge works. Murph salutes the crowd with the assist from the guy running the video board tonight at the Rhodes House. Runners out, runs off the board. Strike him out, Fouts. Throw him out, Hemphill. Tag him out, Woodard. Lawson disagrees, Murph. Little home cooking tonight at the Rhodes House. Second night in a row for Kentucky. How about what she's done, Michelle Smith, against Alabama her last 3 times out?
No, she has been outstanding. Why? Because she can move the ball around. Just 87 pitches last night, so they bring her back. This drop ball on multiple planes. She'll throw it at your belt, and then she'll drop it down at your knees. The drop just falling off the table. But you can't just look low. You got to look high. Her rise ball hoppity-hopping at the top of the zone. Really good rotation, inducing the strikeouts. 10 last night against Georgia. Autumn Humes really efficient, and that's why she gets the start again tonight against Bama.
Oh, the mayhem of the postseason. Crowd is back at the Rhodes House, a little electricity in the air. Our first replay review overturn. Takes a run off the board for Kentucky. And Michelle Smith with her first brand new word of the tournament, hoppity hoppity, I believe it was.
It was.
Alexis Mack to lead things off here for the Tide in the bottom of the first. Mack, Bailey Hemphill, Kaylee Tao.
Should be a really fun night. A lot of speed for both of these clubs. Like to run.
Flares that one just down the line and caught by Lauren Johnson, 1 down. There is a look at that batting order with Hemphill, the player of the year, in the 2 spots. Savannah Woodard, the lefty, 14 runs batted in her last 10 games for Alabama. The sophomore from the aptly named Warrior, Alabama. As we get set to watch the work of one of the top power hitters in SEC history, Bailey Hemphill stepping in. Terrific eye. She'll take the walks if you give them to her, and the batting average, stellar. Not just a power swinger. She is hitting over 400 on the season.
Just silent in her swing. Great mechanics.
A humble superstar. We asked about her accolades. All she wanted to talk about was her team. And remember the story as a freshman, talking to Coach Patrick Murphy, said this kid loves the big moments. She came here to make some history, and she's been doing just that.
And that last take is why she's so good. So she gets into a great position. She attacks every pitch, and so it's always yes, 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 no. And they even have it on the foul paw down the line. That's the thought process of attack every pitch until you identify it as a ball and lay off it.
So that would be yes to the first strike, yes to the second strike, yes to the third, and no at the last minute and only if necessary.
Let that ball travel deep is what it means. Just see it like you're going to hit it, and then you identify it, the ball, boom, let it go out of the zone.
A reminder out on the left field foul pole for you. Hemphill headed that direction, inside the pole. Yes on the swing, and no doubt about it.
Bailey Hemphill, 9th home run of the year, and it gets her 1 step closer to tying Kelly Kretschmann for the all-time leader at Alabama. And this is why Bailey's so good. She takes at the top of the zone. She takes at the bottom of the zone. A great eye she takes up. Ability to just see pitches, and when she gets the one she wants on the low inside corner, she just attacks it. It's a drop ball that doesn't go anywhere but out of the yard. Yes, 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 out of the yard.
One behind the school record for home runs, and Kaylee Tao is safe at first. Hemphill's first home run, by the way, since April 19th. And boy, you gotta think that one felt good for Bailey. Number 59. One out and a base runner for KB Sides. KB, a member of the All-SEC defensive team this year out of Dora, Alabama.
Look at that pitch. 3-1 count, aggressive, head down. Just hear it off the bat.
Sounds different.
Patrick Murphy says that she just has an unslumpable swing, just barrels the ball up. In fact, part of the reason she has not hit as many home runs lately, Beth, is because she is hitting the ball so square, she's not elevating it. We have seen her hit the ball off of the outside wall numerous times, and if that ball would have just had a different launch angle, it would have been out of the yard. She's seeing it well, she's swinging it well.
Beautiful day here in Tuscaloosa, perfect weather. It's been a home run hitter's park today in the quarterfinals. Florida hit a couple earlier. Charlotte Eccles, Kendall Lindemann went deep. Florida beat Mississippi State. Kayla Kessinger got one for Missouri in their 4-1 win over LSU. And the only run on the board in Tennessee's upset over Arkansas, Allie Shipman with a solo shot. Sides reaches as Humes tries to settle in. 2 down. Janet Johnson, the DP. Alabama, the 3 seed after their 3rd place finish. The resume better than anybody's. 20 top 25 wins this year. An RPI of 2, just behind LSU. And as we've watched throughout the regular season, it appears that UCLA and Oklahoma have separated themselves a little bit from the rest of the field. But an SEC championship here in the tournament for, say, an Alabama or a Florida might be enough to get them the overall #1 seed on Selection Sunday.
Well, you play a number of ranked teams, it just makes a big difference. I mean, this is like a mini World Series in the Southeast.
One-two to Johnson. Autumn Humes trying to limit the damage. That's inside the bag at third, of Miranda Stoddard has it. She's the player of the year for a reason, folks. Here's why.
Well, and another Bailey Bash, her 9th of the year, going down and getting this drop ball and sending it yard. 1 homer run away from setting an Alabama tied record with Kelly Kretschmann.
Championships tied with Florida and LSU for the most ever. Patrick Murphy is the winningest coach in tournament history in terms of victories, and they are the only host to win it all in the most lopsided final in history. They beat Florida 10-1 in 5 innings that year, and then went on to win the national championship. The 2012 team featured the J Train and Kayla Hunt, Kayla Bro, Jen Fenton. Amanda Locke got the win in that final as Jazz Lunsford and Kendall Dawson hit home runs. Oh, the J Train.
Oh, she was good. Just such an easiness about her when she was in the circle.
1-0 Alabama on the Bailey Hemphill home run. Kentucky briefly had a run on the board, but then a call was overturned on replay review. As Fouts gets another strikeout, it was the right call. A strike him out, throw him out, play down at second base.
Montana Fouts just with all that power, that long stride ability to get under the rise ball. And look at the way she's going to reach that 8-foot chalk line, and the rise ball just snaps out of her hand. She'll throw it at the belt and elevate it. She'll throw it at the knees.
Renee Abernathy hit a double last night against Georgia. Also had a run batted in on the rare sack pop-up. Did not get out of the infield, but was just deep enough on the dirt with the defender headed out towards center field that the runner was able to score. Aaron Koffel from third base. There might just be some more fireworks to come, by the way. When you look at the stat sheet, overall stats, Kentucky led the SEC in batting and runs scored. When you look at just league games, Alabama led the league in batting average and runs scored.
Kentucky won the series 2-1 up in Lexington, and there were a lot of fireworks,
Yes.
a lot of big bombs being hit.
However, Montana Fouts with a nod to the press box saying, settle down up there, you two, with all this offensive talk.
Coming back with that rise ball again, just upper part of the zone. Great back arm swing, ability to come through and whip that arm. Just really strong with her mechanics, her hip angle. Arm acts like a whip. 71 miles an hour, getting in there quick.
What was your velocity back in your day at the top of your game?
Fastest I was ever clocked was 74 miles an hour, but I lived in 68 to 70.
Yeah, that's a good neighborhood.
You know, you have to be able to spin the ball, and that's one of the things that Montana worked on over the last year. She really took that COVID year to hone in, dial in her mechanics, her spin, and her movement, more so than just throwing as many fastballs as she did her freshman year and relying on that 70-mile-an-hour velocity. Now it's movement, it's late sharp break, it's different quadrants. It's a curveball right there on the last pitch to the outside corner. It's not just a rise ball or a fastball.
Struck out a couple here in the inning. The 2-strike count to Autumn Humes out of Bald Knob, Arkansas. Autumn, one of those obvious hitting pitchers in the lineup tonight. Picked up her 20th win last night in the Circle to match Kelsey Nunley and Megan Prince as 20-game winners, the only 3 in UK history. Struck her out. 4 in a row for Fouts and a 1-0 lead.
4 strikeouts in a row, but Montana Fouts can do it multiple ways. She'll take you upstairs with the rise ball a couple times, but don't forget about the drop. She'll roll it off the table. 5 strikeouts for Fouts.
Derby going on today. The Gators hit 2 of them. Kendall Lindemann, Charlotte Echols, their comeback win. 11th of the season for the Gators. They said so long to Mississippi State. Kayla Kessinger knew it and then enjoyed it. Tigers beat LSU, their first tournament win since 2015. One and done for Allie Shipman in a 1-0 lead, preserving another spectacular shutout performance from Ashley Rogers. So here we go. ESPN2 tomorrow, 4 Eastern for Florida Mizzou. Tennessee will get the winner of this one. Oh, there's the payout. Little ice cream. Oh, there she is. Hello. Look at these Shipman sisters. They know where all the camera is at all times. Learning that from her sister Madison.
Love it. Hit a home run, you get a cup of ice cream. Dixie cup.
Oh, and there the coach enjoying it as well. There's Ralph and Karen.
I wonder what flavor that is.
Looked like vanilla.
There's nothing
There she
vanilla
is.
about them, though.
No. The husband-wife duo enjoying a quiet moment before the preparation will begin once they find out who their opponent will be. Savannah Woodard here for the Tide at 6, 7, and 8. Tennessee won the regular season series against Kentucky 2-1. They lost to Alabama here at the Rhodes House 2-1. Rogers and Fouts squared off twice and split those games. Humes, who did not give up a run in the shutout of Georgia last night, trying to stand tall after the Hemphill solo shot. Full count.
Humes has been very good against Alabama, especially as of late. Just great numbers. Has been able to keep them off balance and off the board. It's part of the reason why Coach Lawson came back with her this evening after last night's victory.
And Woodard draws the leadoff walk here in the second. Maddie Morgan, senior from Linwood, Washington. Batting in the 7th spot in the lineup for the Tide. Squared around, takes a strike.
It's been interesting today, the number of sacrifice bunts we've seen after maybe seeing 5 all year. We've probably seen 5 different positions today when there are situations trying to get that bunt down. It's a vital part of the game.
Morgan, and a job well done. One down with the sack and a hand from the crowd.
Yeah, solid mechanics, catches the ball in front of the plate. It's not always easy to do when you're trying to catch up to a ball coming in at 68 to 70 miles an hour with a lot of rotation, getting it down, moving up your teammate.
Runner in scoring position for Taylor Clark, the shortstop. Transferred in from Virginia Tech after a couple of years, a grad student now from Mechanicsburg's PA. Her 3rd year here in Tuscaloosa. Drifts out of play. Yes, yes, indeed, enjoy that. Fans are back. I think she caught it off the bounce.
She played it well.
Second time through. That a girl, don't give up on it. It fell into her lap. That's what she just said. It did indeed. She may have hurt her finger on that. And now here come the texts. You're on national television. Wow, indeed. 0-2 to Clark. In the shallow right and into foul territory, and room there to make the catch. The runner will tag, and Woodard grabs the extra base with 2 outs.
Smart base running by Woodard, knowing that Emily Blaine, the second baseman, was going to have the momentum taken away from her. Back on the bag, checks it, comes into third. Throw a little bit more on line. They may have had a chance
May have been
to get
able
her.
to catch the
Yeah.
drag hand there. You got to be careful leaving that behind. So chance here for Alyssa Brown, the lefty slapper in the 9 spot in the lineup with another run 60 feet away.
Well, and that's why the tag up is so important with Brown, with her speed. If she puts something down on the infield and can beat it out at first, opportunity for Woodard to come home, put another run up on the board.
You're looking for just a little dink out into the outfield, or chop it hard into this infield and get a high hop. Look at how far in the infield and the outfield are both in for Brown.
Brown does not have a lot of power, just 1 double on the year. Mostly uses the dirt to do the damage. But if she can drive it right back up the middle past Autumn Humes, played herself a run.
1-2 pitch. Slow roller short, here we go. Got her. Koffel with a terrific play, saves a run for Kentucky. Woodard denied. 1-0 through 2.
Montana Fouts has been using her rise ball. All of those strikes coming with the ability to throw it 70 miles an hour, dropping it off the table. Fouts up next.